Good day everyone, Brad here with my 7th alternate build for the LEGO MIDI scale Millennium Falcon. This time I finally went and did an Imperial Star Destroyer. I feel like this is the one that everyone wanted and seemed like the obvious one to actually start with, but I'm finally now just deciding to get to doing it. So let's take a closer look at this and some of the details and features. Everything you need to build this is in the box of 175375 Millennium Falcon. So that will get you this here, the Imperial Star Destroyer. Now, a few things I want to point out. The base is the same as the Millennium Falcon, except for I took off the front here. So this is the base. I do actually quickly want to show you this next to some of my other ones so you can get a sense of scale. Here is the Supremacy. This one's actually built from the Super Star Destroyer. I'll have instructions coming out for that soon. I know I've kind of been sitting on this one. So there's the Supremacy, and from the Invisible Hand I have a Mantis here. So this is kind of a good way just to get a sense of scale as to how big this is, next to some other MIDI scale ships. Now this one was actually the trickiest model I had to make so far. The reason being was the amount of slope pieces in this set. There wasn't quite enough, I don't think, to make it how I wanted it to look initially until I started experimenting. So you'll see the side here gets a little interesting, and then underneath I did some odd stuff with reverse bricks over near the back. Now, one thing I wanted to make sure to do was get it to lean. So there's a very small angle here, nothing too extreme. I've seen some other builds and some other Star Destroyers that have very extreme wedge shapes. I wanted to keep this one kind of subtle so I can keep all of the detail in there and make it look a lot bigger than it actually is. So you'll see we have some detail here up in the bridge and around the back. I wanted to kind of use the bigger circular pieces that came with this model, but then I realized the smaller ones were actually to scale better for the Imperial Star Destroyer. Unlike the Venator and the other ones I did that have the big round pieces in the back, this only has 3 of the larger propulsion, whatever you want to call them, in the back. Now, one Easter egg I actually got to add, and I'd like to try and do this more and the models that I do, like with the official LEGO releases, they'll have like the little these pieces here, the little studs, and they'll kind of represent scenes from the movies. I actually hid in the bottom a little Tantive 4 blockade runner, so that kind of mimics that first scene from A New Hope. And actually, I'll go ahead and pop this off the stand too. It's usually kind of difficult to do with one hand, but there we go. So the build is very sturdy, stable. There's the bottom side. You can set it down like this. You can spin it around. I don't know, do whatever you want with it. But it is quite sturdy. Again, this one was actually really tricky to get right. And you'll see too how it's angled on the sides, but here in the back, it's back to being flat and built like that. And then you just pop it right back on here. Oh, and actually, if you want to, you could take out the little mini Tantive 4 and maybe get a clear part, like a stick, similar to how I have on the Supremacy for these little Star Destroyers. You could do that here and just have this floating alongside or anywhere you like. Alright, that is going to do it for this quick look of the Imperial Star Destroyer. It is finally done. I will have the instructions available in the link down below to my Rebrickable page, which will have this and many of the other mocks that I have built. If you have any questions about the builds, please let me know, and I plan on making quite a few more from the Millennium Falcon, also the Super Star Destroyer, so we'll see what comes of that. So that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.